In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, greetings to all dear friends. I'm glad to be with you again for another tutorial on creating virtual tours. Today's topic is the QR Live preview option in the 3DVista software, which has recently been added to the program. As you probably already know, when you are in the process of creating a comprehensive virtual tour, you will find that you need to preview exactly what you have made over and over again. It is essential to view it repeatedly from start to finish so that you can identify and fix all of its potential issues, minor glitches, and technical bugs. So previously we had the built-in preview functionality located right here, and by clicking on that preview button, we could examine the entire project in detail inside the 3DVista software's own integrated viewer. This was incredibly useful because if there were any specific issues, errors, or minor problems detected, we could immediately take the time to fix, refine, or fully optimize them before moving forward. Furthermore, following a very similar procedure, if you should ever find that you wanted to comprehensively evaluate and test your interactive virtual tour inside a real web browser environment, you could simply hold down the Shift key located on your keyboard and then specifically click the preview button once again so that your entire virtual tour would be successfully displayed and rendered within the browser window for your review. Here I open the Chrome browser and you can see that the preview of my tour is displayed inside this browser. Well, the primary issue that we were facing previously was the fact that we were only able to perform this specific preview and review process exclusively for our desktop software version. As you may already know, the 3Vista software functions as a comprehensive dual skin application. This essentially means that we have the capability to design two entirely separate and unique skins for our virtual tour. One of these is the dedicated desktop skin, while the other is the specialized mobile skin. Usually after we have finished designing our primary desktop skin, we then proceed to create our mobile skin in this specific way. We would select the elements and containers that needed to be displayed on mobile as well, and then transfer the designed skin exactly to the mobile skin section. Here, we had to optimize our skin or our designs for display on mobile devices. This is because in desktop view, most elements are arranged horizontally, but on mobile, most elements need to be designed vertically. Therefore, we need to optimize these elements for the mobile skin. But the problem was that we can't easily preview our theme for the mobile shell, because the preview that exists inside the 3DVista software, its default is set to the desktop version, and the only thing we could do, actually there were two ways we could preview our tour. One effective method we could use was to open up our virtual tour interface directly in the Google Chrome browser. By following this specific procedure, and then once inside the browser window, by simply pressing the F12 key on your keyboard, we would be able to successfully activate the specialized mobile viewing mode for it. As you can clearly see right here, we can easily toggle back and forth between the mobile and desktop skins. Furthermore, this was actually the only effective way that we could properly evaluate and fix the specific mobile skin design, if there happened to be any technical issues or visual inconsistencies. Otherwise, in the past, we were frequently compelled to go through the entire process of publishing our tour first, then manually upload every single piece of its contents directly to our website online, and then only by using the specific URL link that was generated for us could we finally access it online via a mobile device to evaluate it, which, as you can imagine, was an incredibly time-consuming, tedious, and overall troublesome process for our entire team. But the new option that software has added is the live QR code preview, which is what we want to talk more about here today. So, in order for you to successfully use this specific option, first you will need to make sure that you complete all of the necessary designs and layouts. After you have finished that part, then, to properly evaluate your tour, you should go ahead and select the QR preview option from the menu. Depending on the exact platform where you want to evaluate and test your tour, you must check the relevant option that matches your needs. For example, if I want to review my tour on a mobile device, I would select the options for desktop, mobile, and tablet to ensure compatibility, and then I simply click the Proceed button to continue the process. The software optimizes the tour for desktop and mobile layouts and finally provides us with a QR code. All we need to do is open our mobile device and scan the QR code that the software has generated for us. We log in, enter the link, and have our tour evaluated. But here's an important point. Both our mobile phone and the computer or laptop we're using to create the virtual tour must be connected to the internet. So right now, I am going to take a moment to fix my internet connection issues. If you take a look right here at the screen, as you can clearly see, my Wi-Fi is currently connected to this specific local network, and now I am going to go ahead and select that exact same network on my computer as well to ensure everything is synced up correctly. After both the 3DVista software and my mobile phone are connected to the same network, I come back and select QR code preview. I come back and scan the QR code that was generated for me again. As you can clearly see here, my virtual tour synchronizes with my mobile phone in a very easy and incredibly quick manner. After you observe the notification 360 degrees device connected successfully appearing on the screen, we can fully realize that our phone has been successfully linked to the software and is currently syncing all the necessary data over the internet. You can see that I am now able to thoroughly evaluate and review my entire tour all directly on my phone screen. Well, as you can clearly see right here, there is a significant technical issue with my current mobile theme layout. Actually, there's a container here that should have been hidden, but right now it's showing. Alright, looking at viewer number 3 right now. Here I actually need to completely conceal the visibility of its container element, so that it absolutely doesn't show up at all. And as you can clearly see, this specific issue wasn't visible whatsoever in the standard desktop preview mode within the editor, and we could only really notice this particular problem when switching over to the specific mobile theme layout on a smaller screen. Like this, you see nothing is visible in the desktop theme. So I'll go and make these corrections again, and in order to see the changes once more on the mobile theme, all I need to do is press the preview button. After I press preview, it will automatically display on my mobile version as well. Whenever I click on the preview button, the entire virtual tour is automatically refreshed and immediately displayed on my mobile version as well, allowing me to see all of my recent edits happening live in real time. Well, as you can clearly see right here, the issue that existed in this specific area has now been addressed and fully resolved, and I can now very easily evaluate all the various available options on this mobile interface layout. Now I can apply this exact same process for a VR headset as well. That is to say, in order to thoroughly assess and evaluate exactly how my immersive virtual tour is going to be displayed inside a VR headset, I can utilize this very same technique that we have just discussed. For this specific purpose, once again, I am going to need to create a unique QR code. But this time around, I'm going to try to carefully optimize every single aspect of my virtual tour specifically for the MetaQuest 3. Once you have clicked on the Proceed button to continue, the software will begin the process of generating a fresh set of files and carefully optimize the entire virtual tour for a smooth display inside the VR headset. Now let's go into the VR headset and explain how we can scan this QR code so that we can have a live preview of our tour. So, right after we successfully enter the immersive VR environment, we'll carefully put on our VR headset. We will then need to proceed to install the full 3DVista application directly onto our headset right here to get started. This step is essential for the next part of our walkthrough. Now, I have already successfully installed the application on my headset for this demonstration, but if this happens to be your very first time using it, all you need to do is navigate into your headset's built-in web browser, and once you are in this specific section, you should carefully search for the web address app.3dvista.com. By typing in app.3dvista.com and hitting enter, you will be able to enter the main landing page of the official 3DVista application. Once you have arrived at this page, if you find that you want to add this specific tool directly to your VR headset's permanent application library for easier access in the future, there are just a few more simple steps to follow. Navigate over to this particular section and select the option labeled Add Shortcut to Library. By doing this, the shortcut will be successfully saved and added directly into your permanent library for easy access. And now, let's go and check the library to see it. I had previously added the 3DVista app, but now I've added it again so you can see it. So I'll go ahead and remove one of them now. Well, after we've successfully integrated the 3DVista Virtual Tour application into our workspace, it's now incredibly simple and straightforward for us to come and view a full live preview of our tour directly within the immersive environment. So this is the Quest 3 and it doesn't have the ability to scan QR codes. So I have to actually use the app code that was generated for me here and enter my tour's live preview. Therefore, I can simply go ahead and tap on this little plus sign right here and then carefully enter the specific security code that I just got from the software directly into this field right here. And immediately after successfully submitting the request, you can clearly see that my comprehensive virtual tour content is being loaded directly inside the app. Once the loading process is finally complete, I can then fully experience and interact with my virtual tour inside the VR headset. So, this is what my personal VR browser environment looks like right now. As you can clearly observe right here on the screen, its various settings and customizable options are all working perfectly and efficiently. Right now, I am carefully switching over to the VR mode, and I am thoroughly evaluating all of my immediate surroundings. It is not currently optimized for VR mode, and I will provide a detailed explanation of how to optimize the specific elements for the VR skin in the next video. Right here, you can only see some of the particular elements that were previously active and functioning correctly in VR, such as the interactive hotspots. By following this specific workflow, we can have a full live preview of our interactive tour within the VR environment as well. And any real-time changes we make to our tour design can be quickly previewed and viewed right here. Furthermore, if any additional adjustments are needed, we can easily make those necessary refinements and corrections immediately to ensure everything is perfect. Thank you very much for staying with me up to this point. I hope this tutorial will be useful for you. Have a great day. Goodbye.